Christian teaching on wealth. Number one, wealth is a blessing from God. And God provides wealth to those who obey His laws. Can you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 14? To see that God provides wealth to those who obey His laws. If you obey His commands, you're going to be provided for wealth. Because, as we said, wealth is a blessing from God. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 14.
And if you do not turn aside from any of the words which I command you this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods beside them.
Okay. So that is how God is emphasizing that people should obey His laws in order to be provided for wealth. Wealth also should be used to help the needy. Those are the Christian teachings. And those people in need are, let's say, also the people who are underprivileged. Wealth that is acquired unjustly is condemned. If you acquire wealth unjustly, or you deny someone else justice in order to acquire wealth, that wealth is condemned. And here is whereby you're supposed to look at the example of Naboth's vineyard acquired by King Ahab. Can we read about Naboth's vineyard? First Kings chapter 21. Okay, read. Thank you. So here we are being told that you should not acquire wealth unjustly, in that King Ahab and his wife Jezebel killed Naboth in order ensure that Naboth was killed in order to acquire the vineyard, and that is going against Naboth's rights. So you should not acquire any wealth unjustly. Another Christian teaching on wealth is that wealth creates false independence. It lies to you that you are independent from God. You do not need God. And we also urge that wealth should be acquired legally. And also, wealth should be distributed also equally. If you're in the government, you should ensure that there is equal distribution of what? The wealth of the country. So we read Ecclesiastes chapter 6 verse 12 to learn that wealth is temporary because it brings fear, anxiety, and suffering. So it is very temporary. Because even if you have it, you'll find you have fear or restlessness.
For who knows what is good for man while he lives the few days of this very life, which he passes like a shadow? For who can tell?
Chapter 6 verse 12. Mm-hmm.
There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it lies heavy upon men. A man to whom God gives wealth, possession, and honor, so that he lacks nothing of all that he desires. Yet God does not give him power to enjoy them, but a stranger enjoys them. This is vanity. It is a sore affliction.
Mm-hmm. Also, wealth enables us to live a decent life. That is, we are able to cater to our basic needs. And if you possess wealth, another Christian teaching about wealth is that if you possess wealth, you should also acknowledge that God is the one who gave you the wealth, is the source of the wealth. And wealth should not determine a person's worth. You should not, even if you are not wealthy, you are still worth. And as a Christian, you should always seek more spiritual wealth than material wealth. And we are told that all the wealth belongs to God. We are only what? Stewards. Stewards basically means that we are the overseers. So God gives us wealth according to how we are able to steward it, to take care of it on His behalf. Then from there we read Timothy chapter 6 verse 10 and Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5. Here we are being told that obsession with money and wealth leads to sin. Timothy chapter 6, 1 Timothy. Give me the book. You're drawing inside the school book. He's talking about 12, 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. So obsession with money leads to sin. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5.
Keep your life free from love of money and be content with what you have. For you are saying, I will never forsake you, I'll forsake you.
So all that is talking about how wealth leads to sin. Also, the rich who exploit the poor are condemned. If you're wealthy and you exploit those people who are needy, or those who cannot be able to attain their basic needs, you're condemned. James chapter 5 verse 1 to 6. James chapter 5 verse 1 to 6.
Come now, you rich, weep and howl for the miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches have broken and your garments are moth eaten. Your gold and silver have rusted, and their rust will be evidence against you, and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure for the last days. Behold, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, cry out, and the cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord of hosts. You have lived on the earth in luxury and in pleasure. You have fattened your hearts in a day of slaughter. You have condemned, you have killed the righteous man. He does not resist you.
Okay, so here we're being told not to exploit the poor if you're rich. Timothy chapter 3 verse 3. Titus chapter 1 verse 7.
Titus chapter 1 verse 7. For a bishop, as God's steward, must be blameless. He must not be arrogant or quick-tempered, or a drunkard or violent, or greedy for gain.
Yes, we are being told to avoid greed for wealth. That is Timothy.
Titus.
Titus. Timothy.
No brother, not violent, but gentle, not quarrelsome, and not love of money.
So it also talks about we should avoid greed for wealth.